Described by the developer's Artcraft as a Throne War MMO, Crowfall is a series of unique and interesting ideas that came from Kickstarter a few years ago. It's getting closer and closer to launch this year, and I've received a beta invite. So let's take a look at what's going on. Hey guys, Too Many Riffs here again. Today we're going to take a little bit of a look at Crowfall. As I said previously, there are lots of new MMOs coming out, and this is one of the more unique ones. It's PvP centric and has a unique idea in terms of its world design. So far, I've only played a few hours, but we're going to take a look at what I've played, the early gameplay, its core concepts, and talk a little bit more about my overall experience so far. So, if you're excited for some new Crowfall content on this channel, don't forget to drop a like down below. Let's get started. Starting off, you have character customization. It's got a lot of options here in terms of race and class, 12 and 11 respectively to start off. You have a lot of interesting options here like Fae, Minotaurs, Genesians? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that well. They're little hamster people. Classes here are standard fare for the most part, at the beginning at least, though they do open up a bit later. Classes here are locked to race, so that's something to kind of look out for. Each one seems to have about 3 or 4 options. The customization itself is bare bones though. It's very World of Warcraft circa 2004. You have a few options, hairstyles, hair color, a little bit of facial options, but it's not much here. It's kind of a bummer to be honest, but it's not a killer, and I do hope they add a little bit more here. Beta is beta, right? Where the game starts to differ from the usual path is in terms of its worlds. In short form, there are currently 4 world types: the Eternal Kingdoms, God's Reach, the Infected, and the Dregs. These go through cycles of living and dying, evolving through seasons as in the real world, then decaying to death. These worlds are randomly generated and have different rule sets, from PvE to a tutorial area to all-out faction war, other than the Eternal Kingdoms, which is the permanent player housing area. I chose God's Reach. Like I said, it's the tutorial area, and I jumped in game. I have a queue. Oh, I can burrow! I like this game already! Genesian! How long can I burrow? Wee. I can burrow in boxes? No one will see me. I am burrowing box. I am digging in the box. I guess that makes sense, but not in this sense. Once there, I found myself being asked to do basic MMO tasks, as most tutorials do. There are no voiceovers, quest tracker, or minimap, and the main map of the game is very ugly, to say the least. This is beta, and some of these things may change up in the final game, so I won't be too harsh on it for this. Combat is what I'd call action light. It's not quite tab target, and it's not full-on action either. It's not terrible, although I will say movement feels a little slow, and it would be nice if there was the ability to sprint. Enemy AI is basic, although not terrible. The overall feel of the tutorial area is good enough, though it lacked the players to truly feel alive. This is an MMO after all, and the first hour I played, I barely saw anyone. Though I do chalk this up to the beta again, as I've said this over and over and over again, although I'm sure this will be rectified at launch, because more players will be playing than in a beta, right? As a new player to Crowfall, I enjoyed my first 10 levels, although it does feel like it needs a little bit more polish to compete when it goes live later this year. I'm intrigued enough, though, to keep playing more, and I want to see more of the other game worlds like the Eternal Kingdoms and the Infected. I may even stream this from time to time, because I do see a lot of potential in the basic game designs here, though obviously it's still in beta and things can change accordingly. So for now, that's all from me. I'm Too Many Riffs, and I hope you enjoyed this first look I have at Crowfall. Like I said, I plan to make more content about this game in the future, so if you liked what you saw, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more Crowfall content. I also stream. It's where I made this video footage you saw here. And the link to that is in the description below. I go live 3 to 4 times a week from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all for me today. Thank you for watching and have a great day.